Hi there. My name is Jeremy Akwamera and I'm welcoming you to another episode of Unbundled. Right, Unbundled is our YouTube channel at Orworks that help us, at every given point, simplify the ideas and concepts around branding for business owners and for industry players. Today is an amazing day and the topic is amazing as well. Today we're going to be talking about unbundling brand strategy. Unbundling brand strategy. All right, so let's move quickly. Now, strategy in itself is an informed route to a goal. I'll say that again. Strategy is an informed route towards a goal. Now, why do I say informed? Informed in the sense that we do not just take a route to a goal, right? A lot of people say plan is strategy, not necessarily, right? Strategy is there has to be a pre-information, there has to be a foundation that gives you reason why you want to go through this route or this route towards a set goal at every given point in time. Now, when we bring that idea into brand strategy, we can now say that brand strategy is the informed route that helps a brand achieve her goals. What is the goal for every brand? Is to be perceived in a particular way by her audience. That perception is what drives sales. It's what drives growth, it's what drives loyalty, it's what drives advocacy, and everything that drives the brand forward. So we're going to break down how to achieve an effective brand strategy in 5 or 6 simple steps. Step 1, you need to determine your brand purpose. Understand that purpose is why your brand is existing beyond money. Or a friend will say, purpose is how your brand intends to help humanity. It is important that we build a brand purpose that is independent of financial gains, but driven by its ability to affect human life, to affect you and I as people who are inhabitants and residents of planet Earth at this given time. So when you want to develop a brand purpose, ask yourself, what exactly is my brand about? What is the product we are developing or we are selling? What service are we engaging in? What is the emotional benefit of this particular product or service? And how does what I do make the world a better place? When we are able to find out all of these in simple terms, we have successfully come to a place where we can now have a unified or an integrative or inclusive brand purpose. Let me put it that way. A more inclusive brand purpose for us to say, okay, my purpose is to develop this for mankind, actively creating this other emotional benefit in the minds of the audience per time. So let me use our example at Orworks as an example. Our brand purpose is to help African businesses live long and prosper. Why is that? We realize that there is a very high and consistently increasing business mortality rate in the continent. That has now made us look at, okay, how do we solve this problem? Solving the problem for the continent in itself has brought us to a point where we say, this is what we want to do for all our services, for all our clients. All solutions we have at Orworks are geared towards helping brands live long and prosper. All right? Then, the next thing we have to consider is, what is the brand archetype that my brand wants to operate in? Now, archetype is the collection, right? The summary of your behavioral tendencies, right? We all have that friend or for those of us that are friends in groups, we all have that friend who is by nature the leader. We all have that friend who is by nature the funny guy, the jester. We all have that friend who doesn't really like trouble with anybody. He just wants to be cool and chilled and just be good with everybody. We all have such friends. These attitudes are born out of a summary of their individual frameworks. Same thing for brands. When we want to engage brands properly, because we are engaging with human beings, it is important that our brands, come across in behavioral frameworks of humans as well. That is why we now have the archetypal framework, the archetypal bundles, right? There are about 12 major archetypes. I'll just name a few of them. We have the jester, the lover, the leader or king. We have the sage. We have the regular guy. We have the creative or the artist. We have the magician. We have the outlaw, right, or the maverick. There are quite a number of them. Each of these archetypes build or bring forward a behavioral framework that is important that your brand needs to adopt to be able to deliver on the purpose. Remember, we said it's an informed pathway that is strategy. Now, we have started with understanding how your brand is going to affect the world. Now, in that idea, there needs to be a behavioral pattern that will enable you as a brand bring this purpose to life. Then we move to people. This is mostly what we call your customers, understanding who your audience and your consumers are per time. In doing this, we need to consider 1, demography, very importantly. 2, psychography. Psychography is about where they engage, what they call fun, right? What they fear. We need to engage the socioeconomic standing of the client per time. But very importantly, we need to engage what triggers your customer, right? Both on the fear and on the, I don't want to use the word faith, but both on the fear and ambition axis of life. What makes them fear? What do they see as a reminder of failure? Your job is to now present your brand as a vehicle that takes them from that point to the point where they see as ambitious, as dream-worthy, as goal-driven. It is important that your brand stands as a bridge from what they are scared of, or what they fear, to what they are driven towards, what they want to experience in life. Having established this, we move to your position. Brand positioning is really where your brand is in the minds of your audience. Having understood this, it is important that when you want to place yourself in the mind of your audience, you are not random about it. I know in the episode about unbundling branding, we talked about strategic or valuable differentiation. Here, you need to bring that to work. What is the audience doing at the moment? Then you need to find what are they not doing, or what are they doing that they're not doing good enough that you can improve on. Or altogether, what are they doing that is not important that you can just totally remove from the entire system. This way, you are positioning yourself at a point where no other or very few members of the competition are engaging. And finally, on this end, you now need to look at your promise. Your promise is what you have assured your clients that you will deliver at every given time. It should always be in your consciousness, not even in your subconscious, in your consciousness, what exactly you want to deliver at every given time. Like for us at Oraworks, vitality and longevity is what remains in our consciousness for all our clients at every given time. Having established this, we move on to understanding what are the touch points of the brand. That is, what points and places will the audience engage, relate with, come across the brand, from your office space or your shop to your social media platform, to your website, to your signage, to your staff, to your product, etc. It is important that you know and enumerate clearly these points. Then now develop the customer journey and attach the exact experience you want the client to have at every point of this journey with every deliverable. When you're able to do this, you now bring yourself to a point where you practically know how to engage the client in every sphere, whether it is online or offline. Right? So this is the basic framework for building a brand strategy. I hope that the last couple of minutes have been able to unbundle this for you, even as we move on to understanding branding in a better way. Thank you. God bless you. See you next time.